UN Food Director predicts hell on earth food shortages next year. The UN Food Chief David Beasley issued a dire prediction for the world next year, 2023, warning that we are facing a perfect storm on top of a perfect storm, and we are set to face hell on earth food shortages in 2023, he said. Action must be taken now at the executive level as well as the individual level. World Food Programme Executive Director David Beasley said in an Associated Press interview, otherwise there's going to be chaos all over the world, and yet they're closing down farms everywhere. Beasley said that when he took the helm of WFP 5 years ago, World Food Programme, only 80 million people around the world were headed towards starvation. He said, and I'm thinking, well, I can put the World Food Programme out of business, he said. Within that are 50 million people and 45 countries knocking on famine's door, Beasley said. If we don't reach these people, you will have famine, starvation, destabilization of nations unlike anything we saw in 2007, 2008, and 2011, and you will have mass migration, he said. We've got to respond now. Beasley has been meeting world leaders and speaking at events during this week's General Assembly gathering of leaders to warn about the food crisis. General Assembly President Saba Korosi noted in his opening address Tuesday that we live, it seems, in a permanent state of humanitarian emergency. The UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres warned that conflicts and humanitarian crises are spreading, and the funding gap of the UN's humanitarian appeals stands at $32 billion, the widest gap ever. This year, Beasley said, the war shut down grain shipments from Ukraine, a nation that produces enough food to feed 400 million people, and sharply curtailed shipments from Russia, the world's second largest exporter of fertilizer and the major food producer, reports U.S. News. Bill Gates' recent land grab has made him America's biggest farm owner almost overnight. With Gates now seizing control of America's food supply, is it a coincidence that global institutions like the UN have suddenly started warning about an incoming global food shortage? Some experts say it's not a coincidence at all. In total, Gates now owns approximately 242,000 acres of farmland, with assets totaling more than $670 million. Land is wealth, land is power, and more importantly, hundreds of thousands of acres of farmland provides Gates with the ability to control humanity in ways he has not dreamed about before. But what if claims of food shortages are a dangerous sham and Gates is misleading humanity in order to provide cover and usher in a new era of chemical-intensive industrial-style agriculture? Well, we know that Gates, of course, produces fake meat, synthetic meat. Now, wherever Bill Gates piles his trade, is that good for humanity? Could it be disaster for humanity? This is by Baxter Dimitri on News Punch. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.